So, it's January 1st, 2025. What does this new year mean to you? For some people, it means nothing. They live and breathe every day like it's the same as the last. But for most of us, there's a natural inclination to want to do things differently, to try and improve our lives somehow, to be better than we were the year before. That's why we make New Year's resolutions. It's why we set intentions. It's why we meditate on what we want from life, and then plot out the steps we think we need to take to get there. But if you're anything like me, by the time February rolls around, those grand plans have already fallen apart, or at least they're on their way to doing that. So here's my challenge for you today. Forget the resolutions, and forget the intentions. Instead, focus on reinventing yourself. Make 2025 the year that you change your identity. Because when you identify yourself differently, everything else will follow. I want to share with you 8 Stoic practices that helped me reinvent myself in 2024. And I want you to pick the one that resonates with you the most, and commit to it fully over the next 12 months. If you follow through, you'll end the year feeling proud, accomplished, and ready to take on whatever comes next. Now, before I get into the 8 practices, let me tell you a quick story about 2 men who both made the decision to reinvent themselves. The first man was an unmotivated office worker who felt stuck in a rut. He had a decent job, but he wasn't passionate about it, and he felt like he was wasting his potential. He wanted something more out of life, but he didn't know what or how to go about getting it. Then, one day, he heard a podcast about Stoic philosophy and decided to give it a try. He started reading books and listening to podcasts about Stoicism, and he began practicing some of the key ideas, such as focusing on what he could control, accepting what he couldn't, and living according to his values. As he continued to practice these ideas, he started to feel more confident, more resilient, and more motivated. He began to see that he had the power to change his life, and that he didn't have to settle for mediocrity. He took risks, pursued his passions, and eventually found success and happiness. The second man was a successful entrepreneur who had everything he thought he needed to be happy. He had a thriving business, a beautiful home, and a loving family, but he was still unhappy. He felt lonely, isolated, and disconnected from himself and others. He realized that he had been chasing external success without cultivating internal peace and fulfillment. That's when he discovered Stoic philosophy and its emphasis on living a virtuous and meaningful life. He started practicing Stoic exercises such as negative visualization, gratitude journaling, and as he did this, he began to feel more grateful, more compassionate, and more connected to himself and others. He learned that true success was not just about achieving external goals, but also about cultivating internal virtues. In the end, both men reinvented themselves through Stoic philosophy and practices, but each in their own way. The first man found new purpose and passion. The second man found deeper meaning and connection. Their stories inspire us to embrace change and growth in our own lives, and to use Stoic wisdom and practices to help us on our journey. Okay, here are the 8 Stoic practices. No. 1. Journaling. Seneca said that he who has a why can endure anyhow. That's why before making any plan or taking any action, ask yourself, why am I doing this? What's the purpose? What's the meaning? What's the value? And write down your answer. This will serve as your North Star. It will keep you focused and motivated no matter what challenges or distractions come your way. No. 2. Negative visualization. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you rise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." He also said, "You could stop living right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." That's why every day I ask myself, what would it be like if I stopped living right now? How would my life be different? What would I change? What would I do more of? What would I do less of? How would I treat people differently? This exercise puts everything in perspective and reminds me of what truly matters. No. 3. Self-reflection. Epictetus said, "We can't escape death, but we can escape fearing it." That's why I ask myself every week, what did I fear this week? What did I learn about myself this week? What did I discover about my strengths and weaknesses? What did I accomplish this week? What didn't go as planned? Why? How can I improve next week? This helps me track my progress, celebrate my wins, learn from my losses, and become a better version of myself. No. 4. Living by a code. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What does it profit a man to be able to do all that is beautiful if he is not beautiful?" That's why I created my own personal code based on Stoic principles and virtues such as wisdom, justice, courage, and so these guide my decisions, my actions, and my character. They remind me of what I stand for and what I want to become. No. 5. Focusing on others. Seneca said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." That's why I try to focus on the needs, feelings, and perspectives of others whenever I interact with them. I listen more than I talk. I empathize more than I judge. I serve more than I expect. This helps me connect with people on a deeper level, build stronger relationships, and make a positive impact on the world around me. No. 6. Embracing change. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Everything in life is transient. Nothing is permanent, not even our troubles. They too shall pass away." That's why I welcome change, whether it's good or bad, as an opportunity to grow, learn, and adapt. I don't resist it or avoid it or complain about it. I embrace it and use it to shape me into someone stronger and wiser. No. 7. Practicing gratitude. Epictetus said, "No man is poor who has friends." That's why I express gratitude to God, to nature, to life, and to everyone who touches my life in any way. I appreciate the beauty around me, the people who love me, the work that challenges me, the problems that test me. This helps me cultivate joy, contentment, and serenity in every situation I face. No. 8. Helping others. Seneca said, "It is not enough to merely have a good head. We must also have a good heart." That's why I try to help others whenever I can, whether it's through acts of kindness, words of encouragement, gifts of charity, or deeds of service. I don't hesitate to give my time, my energy, or my resources to those who need it. This helps me develop empathy, compassion, and generosity towards others. These are the 8 Stoic practices that I've used to reinvent myself in 2024. I want you to pick the one that resonates with you the most, and commit to it fully in 2025. Here's how you do it. Write down the practice on a piece of paper. Put it somewhere you can see it every day and review it often. Remind yourself of the benefits of the practice and the reasons why you chose it. Reflect on how you've done each day and adjust as needed. Don't be afraid to experiment with other practices too. There are many Stoic exercises that can help you grow and change. Just remember to be patient, consistent, and persistent. As you practice your chosen Stoic practice, I want you to comment below what you'll know. One goal is for this year. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain, so don't wait. Start today and see where it takes you. Who knows? You might just reinvent yourself in 2025 and achieve something great. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.